You know, Elites, I was thinking about it. Even with a relatively smaller summer update, we might be in one of the busiest eras for Minecraft updates, literally, since this game began. At this point, quite literally, it's new day, brand new update. Minecraft Preview 1.21.90.23. From curious summer update changes to even more roadmaps and what's coming next, over to leaks, then vibrant visuals with some of the nicest upgrades yet, and Mojang finally maybe doing something about leaks. We've got a lot to take a look at today. The first major thing we gotta check out happens before we even jump into a world. Oh my god, it's gone! The locator bar experimental toggle. The update might just about be done, guys. So at this point, it's been more than a solid couple of weeks since we've seen anything new inside of this update, and with the locator bar being de-experimentified just like it was on Java a couple of weeks ago, well, it's confirmed this is part of the update, and it's ready to go. When it comes to our wonderful bar, I believe we're at the same spot as we are on Minecraft to Java. And that's not the only thing that has sort of been reshuffled around inside of the files in this preview leading up to a release. More on that later though, sit tight. Accessibility. When it comes to Bedrock Edition, we're kind of in the dark era. You know, I never realized until Jamie pointed it out, but there are no subtitles on Bedrock. What? But this week, inside of the accessibility toggles right here, we've got a couple of brand new ones. I'll be honest, I'm not as locked into the accessibility toggles as maybe I should be, but definitely the new one here today is chat background opacity. You could raise and lower it. Yeah, you can see through the chat background way more. Which ones of these other accessibility toggles have been here for a while and what else is new? As legend has it, only King B-Dogs knows the answer. Though technically not inside of this week's preview, directly adjacent to it, recently, they did this whole big live event. We've talked about it before. They revealed a bunch of future roadmaps. Well, today, alongside the release of the newest update earlier this week, we've got even more. Throwing things over to the OG legend, Smokey Stack, what's next for Minecraft Bedrock creators in future releases? So this right here is a brand new roadmap. A roadmap that I believe to be entirely separate for the most part than the other one, right? No matter what, a couple of more highlights coming to the game sometime soon. Better, more powerful jigsaw block functionality. Now this one's kind of huge, especially for those structures that get a little bit more advanced. Not only will more advanced jigsaw block functionality added straight up into the game allow for, well, me and you to be able to add more advanced structures, but also the vanilla Minecraft team. With how long it's starting to go on since we've gotten a new structure in the game, well, I'd be pretty surprised if one of these next few updates here doesn't add another new one. One of the most juicers from this little roadmap right here is the camera section. Over-the-shoulder style orbit preset. Oh golly, over-the-shoulder camera preset. So this is first person, this is third person, this is, I think, also third person, except looking at my face. Over-the-shoulder would instead be like offset to the left or right a little bit, and to the fact that they're building this out not only for creators, well again, everything kind of relates to the vanilla game. If they are to add an advanced new preset to the game, maybe we'll be able to have it in vanilla. Spawn rules. This is definitely one of those ones that we kind of talked about. I want to say this is tied to biome generation spawning and everything like that. Improved spawn rules. Once they can lock this stuff down for creators, that would also mean inside of the vanilla game, perhaps we can expect more advanced spawning all over the world. And as we know, allegedly speaking, maybe, if they haven't canceled it, well, Bedrock Edition is due at some point for an entire rework of how mob spawning works, bringing it in parity with Java. Last but not least here, and this one is purely for the creators, but I guess also to make it easier to add commands into the game, custom commands. Similar to block and item custom components, this will allow for custom commands to be created. Overall, it's a spicy, juicy roadmap, and for more on roadmaps, check out this one next. So, not to flex too much or anything, but right here, take a seat, bam! Brand new Minecraft cape, and oh my god, I kind of love it. It's beautiful. The default cape. So Minecraft has now released what is probably like, what, the 4th or 5th cape that they have dropped this year? It's called the Common Cape. It's basically like a new default cape, and it is insanely easy to get. If you haven't gotten it yet, it'd take literally 5 seconds and pick it up. And yes, this is the cape that we have kind of been talking about for a little bit of time now. It leaked like way back in January. Minecraft Bedrock Edition preview main game doesn't really matter at all. So over on the main menu, when I launch the game, we go ahead and give it a second. Default dancing over here right now, but pretty quickly I get logged in. The first time you launch Minecraft when getting this new cape, a pop-up will pop up near the top of the screen. Now mine disappeared pretty quickly, so tap on the notification bell, then your cape and more. Thanks for signing in. Your free common cape awaits. Besides this, a bunch of other words. Tapping on this button right here will allow you to view your brand new fancy cape. Now this cape is available for a long time. In order to pick this thing up, all you need to do is log into Minecraft, your Microsoft account on any Bedrock Edition device, and you have all the way until the beginning of next May. For Minecraft to Java gang, if you're looking to pick this cape up, after you earn it on Bedrock Edition, slide into your Cape Character Creator Studio, and the cape should be right there. Oh, and 2 more capes for Minecraft Java as well. The Pan Cape and the Founder's Cape. As of the recording of this video, both of these previously exclusive Bedrock Edition capes are rolling out slowly to Java. I don't have mine yet. I'm so sad. Now this preview, it's not really a small preview. There is a lot here, but the biggest focus of it is definitely vibrant visuals. Jumping in game, Bedrock Edition vibrant visuals. Oh, things are looking crispy as ever. Real quick, I want to get the bad news out of the way. I found an interesting bug going on inside of this release here. If we dump water on the ground and then get rid of the water, we actually get a faint, dependent on the tone of the grass, sometimes nearly invisible, water shadow that is left on the ground. It's weird. Now the star of our vibrant visuals updates today are blocks and definitely glass. We have an update to a variety of MERS textures in vibrant visuals. Hey, now hold up. I'm smart, but not that smart. MERS textures. What in the world does that mean? After doing just this slightest bit of deep diving into this, they are textures that combine 3 important material properties: metalness, emissiveness, and roughness. With that in mind, the metallicness of both the cauldron and the ancient debris block has been adjusted. Middle of the day, top of the sun in the sky. Look at these textures, not too metallic looking. If we flip it over to early morning though, where the sun is beaming, well, the cauldron definitely looks different. I wish I had a way to show a before and after. In the middle of the night here, bringing in some other light sources to take a look at this thing, it's not really too reflective or really properly metallic like one would think. Now the cauldron here, it's a little bit of a different story. I have 5 different types of cauldrons here. They all look different. Even without these other light sources that I was adding here, in the middle of the daytime, taking a look at the cauldrons, we could see how different each one is based on what is inside of it. The lava cauldron is way brighter. This cauldron, interestingly, with the dyed water, also has a slightly different texture than the water one right here. Metallicness over here, though, baby, it's on full show. Take a look at the side of the cauldron. With the torch placed behind it, you could really see a little bit of shine popping in there. Yeah, this stuff is sick. The eye blossom. We've got a texture adjustment here when it comes to emissiveness. Oh man, emissiveness. This is funny because I actually haven't even really thought to try out too many of these textures like in the dead of night, but emissiveness of the eye blossom right there, while it's open at nighttime, it's actually surprisingly washed out, but ooh, how that actually happens in the flower coming to life. Oy, wowee, that's good looking. Now over in the daytime, you know how it goes. The flower kind of closes up and gets way less emissive. But another emissive part of the eye blossom is the actual item. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. The actual item itself. Look at how much the eye of the eye blossom actually glows. Happy Gassed, alone, allegedly, inside of the summer update. Today, not alone in the texture updates. First things first, the shadow of this thing. We haven't actually taken too much of a look at mobs and how they're changed with vibrant visuals, but the shadow of the Happy Gas, you take a look at that thing. It's a real shadow now that is actually properly linked up to this mob. As it soars around and moves throughout your world, you can see the little goggles on it because of the harness, and then like the square shape of its body. And you're curious about how this texture might change without the harness? Well, you take it off, and now it's just a perfect square, basically. Now, when it comes to the Happy Gas, again, I wish we had it good before and after, but the texture has also been updated as well. It has to do with all that MERS stuff. One of the biggest differences that I was able to notice is when I have a harness on this thing, the shadow that is created on the side of it from time to time. So, like, this is going to be dependent on where the sun is, the time of the day, the angle, and all that stuff, but the shadow looks a whole lot better and actually seems to kind of line up with the side of the harness. The fact that they've now gone ahead and actually optimized the Happy Gas textures inside of vibrant visuals, as if we really needed another sign, this is another huge one that we're nearing the end. Under the water, in a move that I never thought to even do before. When looking up under the water, whoa, check that out and how that looks. How the water is animating at the ridges of that Snell's effect. Yeah, I guess this is when you look up under the water and you have the light coming through. It's called Snell's window effect. Yeah, I don't know how. I guess I literally never thought to look up under the water. But you could also see the Snell's window effect come in at the top of the screen when you're near the top of the surface swimming around under the water as well. For this update, they've gone ahead and made it look a little bit smoother. Man, it looks good and actually super glassy. Speaking of glass, wow, we have the glass update of all time inside of this update. Look at me right there, moving around above the glass. That reflection, kind of rectangular, sure. So glass has been made way more reflective inside of this update. There are a couple of different instances in which you'll be able to see this brand new reflectiveness ability pop up. For instance, number 1 here, pay attention to the side of these plain glass blocks right here. As the sun begins to rise above the world, you can see that reflection, the coloration changing on those glass blocks. It looks really sick. Moving over to these other tinted ones, you could also see the coloration kind of reflecting and changing the side of the block, but it's a little bit less apparent. Now, moving up above these glass blocks, maybe this big giant hunk and chunk of them right there, the plain ones or the tinted glass, you could definitely see the clouds popping up into view here too. As the sun begins to further rise above the world here, moving around again, trying to get even more things to reflect off of these glass blocks right here, I mean, it kind of happened, sure. But by far, the best part of this better glass reflection update will happen when on top of different glass blocks, and specifically tinted glass blocks. So the color of the sun's hue right there, look at how this changes from block to block. When I move over to blue, it's way more cool toned. When I move over to purple, it gets a whole lot more warm. The warm tones over here, like yellow, makes it really, really pop. Orange, it's fiery, and red, I mean, it's insanely red. As it stands right now, tinted glass with lighting doesn't actually change the color of the light that is properly emitted, but I feel like this change alone right here is totally walking us closer towards that one. Like, it's insane how different the different reflection tones actually pop up on these blocks here, and even how strong some of the reflections are on some colors versus not so much on other ones. Now, if we had, say, a larger area of glass blocks in which we could actually create reflections on, you could see even more of the reflection work going on. We've got the clouds being reflected down, and then the sun right here. If I hold still for a second, well, you'll see that the reflection of the sun is actually moving as the sun moves throughout the day as well. Whoops, that's my bad. Now, interestingly here, the sun reflection stuff on normal glass, it does work pretty well, but I think due to the tone and transparency of normal glass, you can't really see the clouds as much, and the sun is really only popping up here when we hit the sides of a glass block. Tinted glass blocks, it's back to being able to see all of the clouds and the sun as well. This is giving solar eclipse vibes, but I want to pay attention to the lighting underneath this block here really quick, because check this out. If I pull out some tinted blocks right here, the shadow work that happens here is really, really glitchy right now. Like, this is totally a work in progress, clearly. Definitely should hopefully change quite a bit by the time it gets done, right? Like, I get what's happening here. There's no light being allowed into here, but this harsh line, this lack of a gradient that's being created is so wild looking. And last but not least, our final vibrant visuals change of the day today. This is going to involve, of all things, minecarts. Hold up a minute, transportation update, wait a second. So our big change here actually has to do with the shadows and how they're being casted and created. If I had a moving block entity, so this actually isn't only minecarts, it is something like an Enderman as well that maybe has a block in its hand. Well, when there are blocks inside of entities that can move around, the shadow will actually be created now. So at the top of this minecart, a shadow that is being created, we can see a little block corresponding to where the TNT is, or even with something like a hopper minecart. Wait a second, maybe not. Maybe I broke the update. Last but not least, when it comes to vibrant visuals, it looks like it's going to be fully a part of 1.21.90. I guess if we couldn't guess it already. All of the files got moved from experimental graphics to the 1.21.90 folder. This is interesting to see, but it is also something that we kind of could have guessed already based off of the removal of the experimental toggle for it a couple weeks back. To wrap things up today, a couple of final leaks, and leaks might actually end. Wild the Gamer, big shout out for finding this one inside of the files. Bedrock is adding a new UI for players to choose their character when you load the game. Then we have a little bit of code, and after that, the default skins that are currently inside of the game. On top of those three, we actually have every other default skin in the game that can be found as well. Looking a little bit further into this one here, this is probably for those players that jump into the game for the first time and don't really have a skin quite yet, and are offered up all of these different default ones. In a pretty gigantic change, Minecraft Bedrock will be getting some sort of party system in the future. Then we have code found with leave a party model, and then a little bit of text that'll pop up. Are you sure you want to leave the current party, leave the party, join a new party, and you can only be in one party at a time? I wonder if we're going to end up seeing some sort of built-in chat as well. Thinking about this a little bit more in the context of some of the more recent month events here, the Tiximi Nenbot interview. This throws me back to when Nenbot was asked about a party system, and I mean, sure, this was for Minecraft Java, but he basically said that, yeah, that'd be a really cool idea, and it's not off the table for the future. The implementation of an in-game party system on at least Minecraft Bedrock Edition, is actually pretty huge. And I hate to end the video on a sad note. This sad news, but at the same time, it's good. We love a nice surprise, but wow, Mojang is finally starting to patch leaks, it seems. A method I used to read the translation files, and they removed all the comments to prevent future leaks. I used this method for previous things like the Common Cape and Flat Worlds. Leaks going away. I mean, it's a little bit of a sad thing, but it's probably not a bad thing for the greater scheme of things. I can't help but wonder, though, if sometime soon, they're going to start to add things to the game that are really gigantic. You know, maybe the types of things that are so big that they want to be the ones to announce it instead of have people find it inside of the files first. This week's preview, happy gas round of updates and vibrant visuals, looking better than ever before. That's all I'm cooking today. End card will have a playlist for you, check it out. All of the links you'll need in your life, they're down in the description. And my patrons, Ground Crazy May, Medical Boomstick, Fire Dragon 19, Steve M, The Duke, Pixie Phantom, Deb K, Jilly K, and Lena R. Thank you all so much. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.